But in case you missed it last night, showing up on Finnerty, speaking with Rob, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessant spoke all about the president's strategy when it comes to the economy. Take a listen.
As I've said many times, President Trump's economic agenda is a three-legged stool. It's trade, it's taxes, and it's deregulation. So we're landing the trade deals. Those are coming in. I can't even describe the inroads we're making against this unfair trade that's gone on for decades. And probably the most underrated portion of the president's agenda is the deregulation.
With that, let's welcome in our panelists. Thomas Savage joins us, research fellow at the American Institute for Economic Research, and John Thomas is managing director at Nest Point. Welcome to you both, and thanks for coming on this 4th of July. A lot to celebrate, by the way. Of course, the BBB passing through the House, the Senate, and then, of course, heads to President Trump's desk. But Thomas, we'll start with this. Just what you heard there from the Treasury Secretary. He's obviously got a very optimistic outlook when it comes to the U.S. economy.
Oh yeah, definitely, and happy 4th to everybody. And there's some things I agree with Treasury Secretary Bessant, especially the fact that deregulation has gone totally underrated, and it has been one of the major successes. It was one of the major successes of the first Trump administration, and it's definitely going, as long as the path continues, it will be one of the crowning achievements of the current administration. That deregulation, pulling government back, reducing uncertainty. And one thing I hope is that as these trade deals really start coming in, because a lot of employers right now are still in that wait and see. They want to see how these trade deals are going to play out. They're not hiring, but they're not firing. They're not really quite sure what to do, so they're holding steady. And that got reflected in the jobs reports. Maybe not in the top line numbers, but when you looked under the hood, most of the job growth was still in government and then in healthcare, which of course is heavily subsidized by government, and private sector was still lagging quite a bit behind.
Economists expecting about 118,000 or less, 147,000 jobs added for the month of June, even unemployment ticking down a hair. I want to get to some interesting news here on this 4th of July. Waffle House, John, officially removing its egg surcharge. Remember, that was in effect. Waffle House says excellent news as of June 2nd. The egg surcharge is officially off the menu. So it's 50-cent surcharge for eggs per egg at Waffle House. If you love your Waffle House, well, finally that is gone. Even I believe the president weighed in on this on Truth Social and talking about it here, which is, it's just an interesting point because this was all over the news. John, talk to me about this. I mean, Waffle House is an indicator of how powerful a hurricane is. If you know anything about that, if they stay open, it may be okay. If they close, it's a big deal. And then you're watching the egg prices. Talk to me.
Yeah, Sean, we should get a Waffle House tracking indicator to measure the health of the economy based upon their price fluctuations. But no, this is great news, and it's an important piece of news because it affects everyday Americans who want to take their family out and eat, and had been punished under the last Biden administration for inflation and increasing consumer costs. But the good news, Sean, is it's not just egg prices that are coming down. Gas prices are coming down. Food prices are coming down. And in part, the reason egg prices are coming down is not just because of President Trump's deregulatory push, but it's also because of his cabinet secretaries in the ag world are running more competently. The last administration was so incompetent that they couldn't work with industry to run more efficiently, to make sure things like bird flu outbreaks don't happen as often. It's just across the board, this administration is running smoothly, is deregulating, and it's helping everyday Americans live better quality lives. And I think it's only going to get better in light of this big, beautiful bill that just passed.
Sure. Great point. Yeah, the Ag Secretary, Brooke Rollins, got a big shout out just yesterday in Iowa. And the president was very happy that the egg prices were coming down. Perhaps you're enjoying your breakfast while tuning into National Report. And we hope everyone's saving some money doing so. Thomas Savage, John Thomas, thanks so much for coming on with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Emma.
You're
Thanks.
welcome.
Happy 4th.
All right. Take care. You too. Let's give a live look here.